He wants to become a better CrossFitter. He wants to win CrossFit, NFL. He's going to be the best. Hiller, he wants to lose weight, build muscle, be healthy. We'll call him the Alex Moran, Blue Mountain State, if you watch that, of the NFL. He wants to be a third-string quarterback. I finally figured it out, how to talk about testing versus training. It's going to be something that everybody has a pretty good understanding of right here. And we're going to use my Madden football rating thing. Something you might not know about me, which is really silly, is when I was younger, I had my Xbox and I didn't play video games, I played sports games. And when I played sports games, I would sit there and I would make a team. I would simulate for years. But how did that team do? And then if it did well, I would repeat, recycle, and do it again. And I would go, all right, this guy was good this time, this guy was good, this not good this time. And I would do it with baseball, I would do it with football, I would do it with all of it. And I would say, this guy got good in this scenario when I had this guy with this guy, the team chemistry did this with these people, and it had to have worked this way. And if you looked at my Xbox hard drive when I was younger, and it was just thousands of different teams that would simulate for years, and I was weird. However, it's going to do real well for this testing versus training thing. So what I want to talk about is we had two avatars. We're going to call one avatar Tom Brady. So we're just going to call him Tom. Football, quarterback, NFL, sick. We're going to call the other guy Andrew Hiller. And we're just going to call him Hiller. He does exercise for a living. That's what he does. And we're going to say that these guys just started off, all right? They're going into the NFL. They have a fresh Madden rating. Here's how this rolls is Tom wants to be the best of all time. He wants to become a better CrossFitter. He wants to win CrossFit, NFL. He's going to be the best. Hiller, he wants to lose weight, build muscle, be healthy. We'll call him the Alex Moran, Blue Mountain State, if you watch that, of the NFL. He wants to be a third-string quarterback. He's going to fall under the umbrella over here. Those are kind of his goals. He wants to look good naked. He wants to take his paycheck home. He wants to do just enough to get by. They come into the league. When you play a video game like this, you start off rather similar. So Tom Brady starts off because he's got all this potential, and everyone knows. He's like, oh, here's the guy. Tom Brady starts off at like a 73 overall. The Hiller guy, he can throw a football. Good for him. He's going to start off at like a 53, all right? So here's how this works. Year after year, Tom Brady, intention towards the test, all right? What's the test? The test is the Super Bowl. And every week, he's practicing for that Super Bowl. So what's Tom Brady doing? It's like week one, first year of his career. He's a starting quarterback. He's a 73 overall in year one. Every single week, throughout the week, Monday through Friday, he's hanging out in here, all right? 34, this is a standard deviation thing. Something you learn in statistics, and I don't know the exact numbers, as I got in trouble for plagiarizing in high school, so I can't look at something and write it down because it gives me PTSD. I don't want to get in trouble. So he's in this range right here throughout the week, Tom Brady is. When it comes to Sunday, he comes on up here, and he's like, here we go. Time to come up towards the test. And he's going to express what he's been practicing. Throwing the football in certain spots, running, placing, planting, moving around in the pocket, all that type of stuff. 1 year later, Tom Brady's overall rating goes from 73 to a 77. He goes up. You know what? Give him a little bit more because he's Tom Brady. He goes up to an 83. Nice job, Tom. Hiller, he's like watching Tom Brady. He goes, wow, he worked really hard every single day. I'm going to work every day as I got to play football. I'm going to play football. So every day, Hiller is going to hang out in here Monday through Friday. So he's going to show up, and he's going to be just shy of 50%, and on some days he's going to do a little bit less, maybe Tom taking more time on the field, that sort of thing. Hiller, year two, goes from a 53 to a 58, so he improved. Nice job, Hiller. Now, year after year, Tom Brady's still got the same intention, same mindset. Everything he's doing is going into perfecting his craft. His lifestyle is dedicated to it. All of his time is being put into it. He's got all these people taking care of him. He has no stress. His goal, his why, win the Super Bowl. And Hiller, year after year, his mindset is, cool, I'm playing football, and Tom Brady's so good. This is so cool. I'm a part of this. His lifestyle is, he's got married. He's got a kid. He's throwing the football around. He's the third string. He's not even the second string. He spends his time there because it's his job. His goal and his why is to be just ready enough just in case he's got to come in. He's like, I know the plays. I can play football. This is what I do. But that guy, he's something else. And that's cool. I'm admiring that guy. Let's call him like the Matt Frazier of football. I don't know. So year after year, they have the same intent. It's important. They have to live their lives this way for an extended period of time. So Hiller goes up from a 58, 3 years later, he's a 68. He's gotten quite a bit better, and he's way better than when he started. Tom Brady, we look at this. I wrote this out. Tom Brady 3 years later is a 99 overall, and he's won 2 Super Bowls. It's like, whoa, way to go, Tom. And it's 99 because Madden never wants to give anybody all that much credit, at least when I played. I haven't played video games in like 3 years. I cut that out. Addicting. I don't know. So Tom Brady's a 99 overall. Wins Super Bowls. Hiller's a 68. And every year, Hiller's going to be like 71, 72, 73, 73, 74. And I'm going to start doing that so you can see 74. Tom Brady, when he started, was like a 74, 72, 73. He was in that range. So if Hiller had to come in as a third string, he'd be able to throw the football. He could maybe lead the Patriots or the Buccaneers, whatever team Brady's on at this point, to a win if their defense is good enough, if he can step up when he needs to. We look at this. Hiller was in here all this time. He's going to pull one out once in a while. And he say, hey, Tom Brady's hurt, I'm coming in. He's going to pull one out, and he's going to go for it. Tom Brady, on the other hand, spends his life here and here. In that 2%. Every Sunday, he spends his 2%. Hiller, once every 2 years, needs to dive in and say, hey, we're going. So let's take all these references and put it into fitness. So Hiller was the lose weight, build muscle, be healthy. We noticed that he got better being there, doing what he had to do. Also while doing what he had to do with his life, his mindset, his lifestyle. He was like, all right, this is what it is. This is how I'm doing it. He went from a 58 to a 74. Which is sweet. Tom Brady was the god coming out of college. Eventually, Hiller became the super good replacement guy. Tom Brady, his goal was to become the best. He wanted to become a better CrossFitter and become the best at what he was doing. And at which rate, he did that. But what did he have to do? Everything I do is what I'm doing. Lifestyle, I set myself up for success in the football. His time spent. Oh, I'm married to a supermodel, but I can't hang out with her because I got to win the Super Bowl again and again and again and again. His goal never changed. Why never changed? He was always intently intense on the process. Looking at a 1-rep max bench. The important part is that both of them we're coming out with the green. They spent, no matter who they were, in here. Green and red. All right? And every once in a while, in comes both of these guys need to come up and into here. So, it's important that Tom Brady spends 5% of his time, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9% of his time getting up in there, into the testing realm. And Hiller, he's like, all right, 1% of my life, I'm going to get up in there, and I'm going to give everything I got because it's what's required at this moment. And it's cool sometimes to do that sort of thing. No hard and fast checkpoints about any of this. It's a general overview of spend a lot of time here if your goal is there, and get there more often or not so often. That's kind of how you want to look at it. Now is a good time to go into what happens for Tom Brady if he does too much of the bad thing. So the bad thing being Tom Brady is a testing machine. Tom Brady goes, you know what? Canadian football looks cool. So does the XFL. So I play a football game on Sunday in the NFL, XFL on Tuesday, and Canadian football on Thursday. I can win more championships. Tom Brady now has 3 tests a week. So rather than doing this one time a week, 16, 17, 18 weeks out of the year, he's now doing it 50, 60, 70 times a year. What happens to Tom Brady's 99 in his Madden game? There is no XFL, there is no Canadian football game that I know of. So he's now 5 years in, he's a 99. But 5 years in, he gets greedy. Tom Brady goes, okay, more championships, I'm gonna do this. Patriots, we're gonna win, don't worry about me, I'm gonna go do this thing. Year 6 in the NFL Madden game, he's like a 97. He goes, whoa, 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 guys, why'd you drop my rating? He goes, well, you're not as good. Your legs are tired. Like, all right, whatever. I'm going to keep playing all these games. Next year, goes down to a 94. Tom's like, whoa, guys, I'm only 28. I'm going to play till I'm 42. How am I going down? I'm supposed to be a 99 for most of my career. I'm going to be the best. He goes, yeah, well, you had shoulder surgery 3 times last year. And Tom's like, yeah, whatever. I got another one of those. So he plays another year. Goes down to an 88. And Tom's like, all right, guys, what gives? And he goes, Tom, you almost broke your neck and you got 3 different back injuries. You blew them out. Tom goes, all right, I'll roll that wheelchair right on out there. And Tom goes down to a 60 the next year. Why? He can't move. Tom can't move. Why can't Tom move? Tom just tested all the freaking time. He couldn't help himself. He's like, well, that looks fun, that looks fun, that looks fun, that looks fun, and I'm going to sell my soul all the freaking time. Lo and behold, here comes Hiller. And he goes, oh, baby, we're how far in? And I'm still a 74. Tom, you're on the bench. Man, I'm better than you. You're going to give up. Tom retires at the age of 29. Hiller's the starting quarterback for the New England Patriots. Gist of the story is, that whole time that Tom was trying to test, all that time, Hiller hung out in his sweet spot. Got better. Long road to climb Mount Everest. I've heard that somewhere. Hiller's like, I'm going to climb that mountain someday, but I'm going to do so doing what I can do when I can do it as I want to do it. He got there. Tom Brady paid the ultimate price. He peaked too early. He won those 2 Super Bowls, and then he tried to win 10 more in 3 years with different teams. It's not something anyone's ever done before. He overran himself. To wrap everything up, what's your goal? What's your why? Even if your goal is to be the best, you don't want to be doing too much all the time. You want to be doing what's important to you all the time if you're trying to be the best, but your goal is to do it only when it's necessary, which is definitely not all the time. And if your goal is to lose weight, build muscle, be healthy, and live your best life, you do as much as you can whenever you can do it, and you listen to yourself. It depends. Do I want to do this heavy snatch today? I don't know, my elbow doesn't feel good. I'm not going to do it. Tom, heavy snatch, CrossFit games, got to do it. That's the difference. It depends, scenario-wise. Not some random Wednesday in the middle of December, unless you're Tom Brady. This is your favorite coach who finally finished putting together his masterpiece, I think. Hope you loved it. And Hiller, goodbye.